Well, welcome to Arbor Day and Earth Day for the city of Rockville for 2015. Welcome. We have our annual tree planting ceremony, and we really thank Christ Episcopal School for hosting this event and allowing us to participate with their students on some Earth Day activities this morning, and they're going to help us plant a tree this afternoon. I'd like to introduce some officials who are here with us. We have from the city of Rockville, we have our city manager, Barbara Matthews, is here. And we have two city council members, Tom Moore and Virginia Only, are here. And we have our state delegate, Jim Gilchrist, is here. Thank you very much for coming. And we have our director of recreation and parks, is Tim Chestnut's here. Yeah, no, you are here. And with our public works department, we have Craig Simoneau and Mark Charles. Mark's going to say a few words for us after a while. And we have a couple members of our Environment Commission here. We have John Becker and Alicia Hausmer. So thank you for coming. And really like to thank Dr. Carol Chapin with Christ Episcopal School for letting us have this event here. Arbor Day is a day, yes, this hair for Dr. Chapin, yes. It's your turn to earn some brownie points, so let's hear it. Yeah. All right, Arbor Day is a day we set aside every year to recognize all the value that trees have for our environment. And we've been talking to all the first graders around the city, talking about Arbor Day and talking about trees. Why are trees important? So Arbor Day is a day we set aside every year to recognize the value that trees have for our environment. Now, we decided to have Arbor Day today because it also happens to be the 45th anniversary of Earth Day, which started to recognize all the things that we need to do to take care of our planet Earth. And Mark Charles with our Environmental Management Division is going to say a word or two about Earth Day.
Thank you all, and thanks for the opportunity to remind folks that today is not only Arbor Day here in Rockville, but it's also the celebration of Earth Day. Earth Day was designed originally as an environmental awareness and education opportunity to tell the citizens of the country about the Earth's fragile and complex ecosystems. It was founded 45 years ago today, this very day on April 22nd, principally by a U.S. Senator from the state of Wisconsin who was serving at the time by the name of Gaylord Nelson. Senator Nelson chose April 22nd for a number of reasons. First of all, he was intending for most of the celebrations to be on high school campuses and college campuses around the country. And he thought April 22nd was good because it was going to be after winter exams and before spring exams. It was not going to conflict with spring break, which I know is important to everybody here. It wouldn't conflict with the religious holidays of Easter and Passover. And it was late enough in the spring so that the weather was likely to be decent and everybody could go outside. Well, we're close. So we're still outside, and at the moment, it's still decent. Not coincidentally, and just to show you how these two national celebrations are related, April 22nd is also a particularly important day in Arbor Day. It is the birthday of Julius Sterling Morton. And you're all wondering, who is Julius Sterling Morton? I bet you do. Julius Sterling Morton is actually the guy who invented the notion of having an Arbor Day. So from the very beginning, Arbor Day and Earth Day have been linked up together. Senator Nelson hoped that if people came together and helped recognize the day, that the gatherings would persuade Congress and the President of the United States that the country and its citizens cared a lot about environmental protection. He was more successful than he hoped. The first Earth Day attracted 20 million people, and that was before internet or email. 20 million people came out to their high school or college campuses, sometimes riverbank parks, all over the country. Earth Day began what is known as the Decade of the Environment in this country. And so first thing that happened was a few months after Earth Day in December of 1970, U.S. EPA was created, not by law or statute, but by executive order, which nobody's figured out. They could just withdraw the order and make EPA go away. But EPA was created a few months later. The next thing that happened was the Clean Air Act was passed. Then the Water Pollution Act was passed in 1972. Drinking water was taken on, and there were protections created to make sure everybody had pure and safe drinking water. And then finally, just a few years after the first Earth Day, there were statutes passed governing the proper management of solid and hazardous waste and the cleanup of contaminated sites. So all that happened within a few years of the original Earth Day. So Senator Nelson was very successful. The media covered Earth Day very extensively that first year. In fact, CBS News and one of the titans of the news industry, Walter Cronkite, hosted an hour-long program on the day's celebration. And that doesn't happen very often, but it happened for the first Earth Day. Reporters covered the events from 12 different urban locations around the country. 45 years later, it's expected now to be a global event, not just here in the United States, and as many as 500 million, of which you are all part of, 500 million people are expected to participate in Earth Day observances in 192 countries. 192 different countries, so we're one. There's 191 others out there, all celebrating Earth Day. Rockville has done a lot to help celebrate the Earth and improve the city's sustainability over the years. We currently purchase 100% of the city's own electrical needs through the use of wind power here in the city. We've improved the energy efficiency of a lot of our buildings. We're ranked number 11 out of the entire country in the use of alternative power, according to the U.S. EPA. We've got strong water pollution ordinances. We implement one of the top 3 medium-sized city recycling programs in the nation, and we were certified a few years ago by the University of Maryland as being a green city. Lots of citizens can participate in activities that happen all month. Already this month in just April, the last 21 days, 105 people have helped clean up some of the city streams, and they've cleaned up 21 different streams and pulled over 100 bags of trash out, 100 bags of trash that would have otherwise floated down our streams into the Potomac and ultimately perhaps to the bay. So there's lots of other opportunities for folks to get involved in environmental protection here. Our annual Spring Fest, which highlights a lot of these same topics, will be Saturday, April 25th from 10 to 2 at the Croydon Creek Nature Center. How many of you have been to the Croydon Creek Nature Center? Excellent. And the rest of you, it's time you went. So you'll have a good time. You can also nominate folks for environmental awards through the city. So if you know a deserving individual or organization or community group, feel free to submit a nomination form, and we'll take a look at that and evaluate it. So thanks again for coming out and thinking about the Earth, and enjoy the rest of your day. At least most of it.
Now, speaking of wind power, we're about to have some, so we're going to try and move things along. And I think we're going to have a presentation from the students here at the school. They're going to sing us a song here, I believe.
If you take a look at the sky, we haven't got a better song to sing. There's a special line in this song that's really going to remind you of what's happening in the background. I want you to tell me what it is when we're finished.
Got a barrel of honey. Maybe it was ragged and funny, but we traveled along, singing a song, side by side. Oh, we ain't born what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it was trouble and sorrow, but we traveled just to travel along, singing a song, side by side.
I'm just going to say hello and thank you all so much. You did a wonderful job, and thank you to CES for being our place this year. You always do so much for the city, and we really, really appreciate it. So with the weather coming, I think that'll be enough. Thank you.
Now, I think we have time to read our proclamations. Would Council Member Only and Moore please come up?
I feel raindrop.
Just the other.
No, it doesn't matter. You go right ahead.
Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture set aside a special day called Arbor Day for the planting of trees in response to a state proclamation urging settlers and homesteaders in that prairie state to plant trees that would provide shade, shelter, fruit, fuel, and beauty for residents of the largely treeless plains. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, as well as cut heating and cooling costs, clean the air, produce oxygen, provide habitat for wildlife, and give us a renewable resource of paper, wood, and fuel. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, and trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, and Rockville will continue its tree planting ways. And whereas this is the 26th consecutive year the National Arbor Day Foundation has named Rockville a Tree City, USA. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of Rockville, of the City of Rockville, do hereby proclaim April the 22nd, 2015, as Arbor Day in the City of Rockville, and urge all citizens to support efforts to care for our trees and woodlands and to support our city's community forestry program.
Whereas the first Earth Day was celebrated on April 22nd, 1970, with the goal of inspiring environmental awareness, encouraging the conservation, protection, and appreciation of our nation's natural resources. Whereas it's the responsibility of each of us to safeguard the environment by recognizing that all human life depends upon the earth and upon one another for our mutual existence, well-being, and development. Whereas the City of Rockville supports efforts to protect and preserve our natural environment through education, partnerships, and positive actions. Whereas Rockville citizens, staff, and elected officials are working closely with state and local governments and with non-governmental organizations to develop and implement regulations and ordinances specifically designed to preserve and improve Rockville's fragile ecosystems and the quality of life therein. Whereas the City of Rockville will hold numerous events during the month of April to celebrate Earth Day and to promote environmental awareness. Whereas the City of Rockville proudly recognizes all who participate in these events for their proactive role in shaping the future of our environment and protecting Rockville's precious natural resources. Now, therefore, the Mayor and Council do hereby proclaim the month of April 2015 as Earth Month in the City of Rockville, and today, Wednesday, April 22nd, as Earth Day, and urge all of our citizens to be mindful of local, state, and national laws which protect our environment, and to join in efforts to preserve the beauty and wonder of the lands, skies, and water of the earth in all of its diversity. Thank you.
I just want to also recognize Delegate Jim Gilchrist is here. So.
All right, thank you very much. We have one more quick presentation here for the city's Tree City USA Award. Todd Erickson is here from the state of Maryland. We'll have to make this quick and then try and get a tree planted.
My name is Todd Erickson. I'm with the Maryland DNR Forest Service, and I'm here to present for the 26th year, the Tree City USA Award to the City of Rockville. So congratulations to Mayor Newton, City Council, City Forestry, and all of you as citizens of the City of Rockville. So congratulations for the 26th year. We got yet another flag.
All right.
present. And let's see. There we go.
All right.
Put it on the side. And there you go.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Todd.
Here you are.
Great. All right. Next item is let's go plant a tree.